It's perfectly okay to say, I am going to try this new method. And you realize it is not you. You don't have to force it. Just because it worked for somebody else, even someone famous, doesn't mean that it's for you. And it's okay to say, well, that is a really good idea for some people, but not for me, and put it away. Like it's
Yes.
okay. That took me a long time. That was one of the biggest things that worried me is, I'm a pantser, I'm not a plotter, and if you read all of these books, they all tell you that plotting is the only way, the only way. And I am so pantser that every time I try to plot, it ruins everything for me. I just can't. And then it's you should write every single day. Well, I don't. I'm a binge writer. I will sit down and write for 14 hours and then not anything for 6 days. And then I'll write for 3 days straight. And then I won't write for a week and a half. And it works for me, but it isn't pretty. So when people say, well, what's your process? I'm like, oh, you really don't want to know.
Welcome to my chaos.
Yes, I hate to say this out loud, but I break all the rules and yeah. So.
And it's so interesting because my journey, I started out writing the book that I couldn't ever find to read. That's the only reason I wrote it, was because I was like, I've never read that book that I really want to read. So that was a completely pantser book. I had my opening scene. That's all I knew about it. And as I wrote it, it just developed and it was beautiful.
Happened. Yeah.
And there was no stress and I had no time frames and I had no goals. I was just writing the story I had always wanted to read. I just finished my 42nd book.
Whoa.
And
I want to be you when I grow up, Shilo.
But it's so interesting to look at how I have changed as an author. At some point, I realized pantsing takes me a lot of time. And I want to produce books faster.
Faster than that, yeah.
So I am never going, no, I can't say that. I don't ever plan on being a complete outliner with every scene laid out and all the things. But if I can get the skeleton of the story lined out, and I have just the points of they have to start here and then they have to get to here and then they have to get to here. That gives me speed. So
yes, I suspect it does, because what happens to me is I get, we're going to say an 80,000 word story. I get 60,000 words in. I still don't know how I'm ending. I don't like my book anymore. I hate it. I have no idea where it's going. I hate the whole thing. I think we should throw it away. I've learned at this point for me, I need to take a step back, give myself a couple of days, just, and then when I come back to it, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I see where I need to go from here. And then it just kind of, but yeah. So I suspect I would save myself that angst, because somewhere around 40,000 words, I get anxious. And by 60,000 words, I'm a wreck, because I don't know where my book is ending and we're coming up on it. Like,
yeah, you're staring it in the face.
I need to know, where is it going to end? And you begin to fear, or at least I do, like, does it have an ending? Is this going to have been a waste if I've written all of these words and it's not going to be anything? And then I start to hate it. There's nothing good about this whole book, So yeah, like I said, my process is really ugly. It is not,
yes.
It is definitely, I would not highly recommend this process. I would not, but it works for me.
I hear you. And I think the thing that I'm really taking away from everything you're saying is confidence. You have to be confident in you, in the way you write, in what you do, in the way that you put a book together, and stepping into that place. If you're an author who is a nervous Nelly and you're second guessing everything that you're doing, you are not doing yourself a favor.
No.
You're sabotaging everything that could be good about your book. So step into the confidence. Take hold of your story. It's your story.
It's your story. Go for it.
You
Enjoy
write it.